Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to Unwind Flow Yoga. For today's class, we're going to do a full body flow practice. That's great anytime you need a little bit of extra movement in the body. You won't need any props for today's class, and we're going to get started right away standing up. Join me when you're ready here towards the top of your mat. I'll turn to face you for the beginning, but feel free to stand at the top of your mat. We're going to come into Tadasana, so feet are going to be about hip distance apart here. You move the weight a little bit forward and back here so you feel level between all four corners of the feet. Give the shoulders a nice roll up, back, and down. Arms are by the sides, palms face forward. Notice that the chin is parallel to the floor and you're reaching through the crown of the head. As you stand here in your strong Tadasana pose, your mountain pose, start to bring your awareness to your breath. Drawing the breath in through the nose and release it out through the nose. Without changing anything, noticing the rhythm of your breath. As we go through our class today, we'll be linking our movements with our breath. So taking a moment to acknowledge the pace, acknowledge the depth, acknowledge how the breath feels moving in and out through the body can be a great starting point just to get into your body. From here, we'll move into some half sun salutation. So don't need to change anything from our Tadasana pose. We're just going to start to move here. Take another full breath in. Exhale, let it go. And then on the next breath in, lift the arms up. And then once you're at the top here, look up, join the palms together, and draw a line down the center of the body, bending the knees as you fold forward, dropping the hands as they touch the mat. From here, on an inhale, hands to shins, straight leg, straight spine, halfway. Exhale, release, fold forward. Root down to the legs. Inhale lifts you all the way back up. Once again, arms rise, look up. And then exhale, release the arms by the sides, palms face forward. We'll do two more just like that. Inhale, arms rise. From the top, join the palms together. Exhale, fold forward, let it go. Bend the knees as much as you like, belly to thighs. On an inhale, hands to shins, lift halfway, straight leg, straight spine. Exhale, release, fold forward. Root down to the feet, inhale to rise, lift yourself all the way back up, arms rise. Exhale, palms face forward at the sides of the body. One more, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, palms touch, soften the knees as you fold forward, noticing the rhythm of your breath here. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, release, fold forward. Root down through the legs, inhale to rise, lift yourself all the way back up. Exhale, join the palms together, hands through heart center, arms by the sides, pause. Adding on here, inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold forward, let it go. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, release, fold forward, hands to mat, step back into your high plank here. First high plank, hands and toes on the floor. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, find downward facing dog. Finding your down dog, so take a few moments to get there. If you need to wiggle the feet out a little bit to create an appropriate distance between your hands and your feet. Root down through the hands, through the balls of the feet here to lift the hips up. And then bring your awareness back to the breath. Notice as you inhale, it feels like it's lengthening. Exhale, it feels like it's softening. Soften in the knees here. Drop the heels a little bit closer down towards the floor. and then option to stay in downward facing dog, or we'll go through our flow. Inhale, come forward, high plank. First one here on the knees, bend the elbows, lower all the way down. Untuck the toes, roll the shoulders up, back and down. Tops of the feet are on the floor. Lift up for cobra pose. Any depth that makes sense for you right now. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes under, press up to your knees, and then hips lift up and back for downward facing dog. Coming into a bit of a flow here. Starting on our left side, so inhale, left leg will lift. Exhale, left knee hugs in towards the nose, squeeze it in. And then lower the left shin down on the floor, so you're coming into a tabletop pose with your right leg extended. So both hands are on the floor, left shin is on the floor, and the right toes. From this position, we're going to take one cat and cow. So inhale, and exhale, arch the spine, look towards the left knee, press the mat away. Inhale, come through to a neutral position, and then lift the right toes off the floor. Feel the back of the right leg start to turn on. Dial the right toes down to the ground. From here, let's hug our right knee in towards our nose. You can round the back, and then create enough space that you can step the right foot forward. Coming into a low lunge now, so if you need to widen your stance a little bit, please do. Coming onto fingertips, drop the hips forward, open chest. And then inhale, lift the arms up. Come into your low lunge. In our lunge here, the back knee is down, and we're on the top of our left foot. With our right foot is rooted down into the ground. Hug the right hip back. Drop the hips a little bit further down towards the ground. Take a breath in. From here, exhale, hands to floor, and then straighten the right leg as much or as little as you like, coming into half Vinyasa. Working the hips back, but keeping that straight line here. So often we might kick the hips out to one side or the other, depending on where we're tight in our hips. So you can go straight back, chest all the way forward. Turning this into a flow. Inhale, drop the hips, lift the arms up. And then on an exhale, left arm lowers down towards the ground, right arm reaches up and overhead for a side stretch. Inhale, come back through center, both arms rise. Exhale, hands to floor. Half Vinyasa. Once again, hips are shifting back in space, hands walk back. And then this time we'll twist. So take both hands, walk them to the outside of the right leg. So walk both hands over to your right. Same rules apply here. Hips straight back, chest forward towards the right corner of your yoga mat. Inhale, walk the hands back through center, drop the hips, lift up. Side stretch here. Left arm down by the sides, right arm reaches up and overhead. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, hands to floor. Take the hips back, half Vinyasa, straight right leg, or as straight as you can get it. Take both hands this time, walk them over to the left. So walk out on an angle here. Hips are back, chest forward. Reconnect to the right heel here. Can you feel it drawing back towards the back edge of your mat? Inhale, walk the hands forward, re-bend the right knee. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, our side stretch here. Right arm lowers, left arm reaches up and overhead. Inhale, both arms rise. Exhale, one more time. Hands down, work the hips back, straight right leg. Stay here for a full cycle of your breath. And then on that next breath, walk the hands forward, re-bend right knee, plant the hands, tuck the back toes under, lift the left knee up, step back, downward facing dog. Take a moment to pause here. Notice the difference, right side, left side. On that next breath in, rock forward, high plank pose. From here, this time you can keep the knees lifted, lower all the way down to the ground. Untuck the toes, tops of the feet down, roll the shoulders up and back. Squeeze in between the shoulder blades here as you open the chest. Exhale, fold forward, and then tuck the toes under, press up and back, downward facing dog. We'll do that same sequence on our right side. So we start off by lifting our right leg up towards the ceiling. And then on an exhale, right knee hugs in towards the nose, squeeze it in. Exhale, lower the right shin down towards the floor. So we have our left toes, right shin, and both hands down. We'll take one cat and cow breath here. So as you inhale, chest pulls forward. Exhale, rounds the spine. And then inhale, come towards neutral here. Really root down through the hands and through the right leg. Left leg hovers. On an exhale, hug the left knee in towards the nose, and then step it forward, coming into your low lunge. So maybe walking the back knee back a couple inches if you need a little bit more space. Fingertips down, drop the hips, chest forward. When you're ready, squeeze outer hips or reach the arms up. Come to rise for a low lunge. Take another breath in. Exhale, hands to floor. Half Vinyasa, hamstring stretch here. Walk the hands back if you need more space. Start to work the left knee towards straight. Once again, hips are directly back in space. This is the first time on the side, so maybe giving yourself a little bit more movement here. Feeling the pliability of the tissues and hamstrings. Chest forward. And then inhale, slowly rise yourself back up. Drop the hips, arms lift. From here, we side stretch. Left arm lowers down, right arm reaches up, and then overhead, getting a side stretch on your right side. You can deepen this by dropping the hips a little bit further and reaching the left fingertips down towards the floor. Inhale, arm reaches up, and then exhale, hands to floor, coming into our hamstring stretch. Once again, hips back, chest forward, and then take the fingertips, walk them over to the left. So we're crossing our extended leg. Hips back, chest lengthens. Inhale, walk the hands back through center. Drop the hips, lift the arms up. On an exhale, side stretch here. Left arm lowers, right arm reaches up and overhead. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to floor. Straighten your left leg. This time we take both hands and walk them over to the right. So as far as you'd like to go here, hips straight back, chest forward. Take that next breath in, walk the hands back through center, re-bend, front knee, arms rise. Last time, sweep the left arm down, right arm reaches up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to floor. Straighten left leg, just straight back this time, fingertips down. And then inhale, re-bend. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee up, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, exhale, let it go. Notice if you're a little bit closer to that equilibrium in the legs now that we've done that second side, or if we still feel those subtle differences. Inhale, rock forward to your plank. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower all the way down. Untuck the toes, peel the chest off the mat, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Exhale, let it go. And then from here, walk the feet towards the hands, come towards a forward fold. Take an inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, release. Inhale to rise, lift yourself all the way back up. Exhale, Tadasana pose, arms by the sides. Pause here. See if you can think back to our first Tadasana. Noticing the changes in only a few minutes. And allowing these changes to land in the body. Coming into our next sequence. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, let's bend into the knees, sink the hips down, find Utkatasana. So our fierce pose. Take another breath in. Exhale, release, fold forward, let it go. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands. Vinyasa or downward facing dog, your choice. Moving with your breath, with your energy. We'll all meet into downward facing dog. Take that next breath in. Let's lift our right leg up towards the ceiling. And then first we're starting off with a straight right leg. Take another breath in. Exhale, hug the right knee in towards the nose, and then step it forward. Right foot in between the hands. Hands are down here. Drop the hips, look forward. We're setting up for crescent lunge, but first we're gonna try that straight right leg. So start to straighten your right leg, dropping the back heel behind you as the hips lift up, and you're pressing the fingertips into the floor to create even more space. On an exhale, rebend the front knee, drop the hips, look forward. Squeeze outer hips here. Power up the legs, inhale to rise. Lift yourself all the way up. From our crescent lunge here, we're bending into the right knee, knee is over ankle, and then the back leg is strong, so we're pressing out through our left heel. But we can still bend that back knee a little bit, give our pose a little bit more buoyancy. From here, take a breath in. Exhale, bend the elbows, get a little bit of openness into the chest. We haven't done too much chest opening so far, so just testing this out here, noticing where you could use a little bit more space. Inhale, lift both arms back up, and then exhale, flow halfway forward. So we're preparing for Warrior 3 or Virabhadrasana 3. Squeeze outer hips together, pouring all the weight into your right leg. Can you hinge a little bit more forward, and then start to lighten up the left toes. When you're ready, lift the left leg off of the floor. Maybe thinking back to when we were in our kneeling position with the leg lifted. Can you make the leg just as strong without the extra support of the hands? Take another breath in. Exhale, find crescent pose here. Once again, inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, hands to floor. Step back, plank pose, and then flow or downward facing dog. Your choice. Moving on your breath here. Once you're back in downward facing dog, we'll do that second side. So inhale, left leg lifts. We're looking for a straight left leg this time with the toes facing the mat. And then exhale, hug the knee in towards the chest, press the mat away, create space so you can step the left foot in between the hands. From here, fingertips are down. We'll start to straighten into our left leg here. So use the fingertips to press the mat away. Hips are pressing back in space, and the right heel, is dropping back behind you. Inhale, slowly come forward, rebend left knee. Hug outer hips together. Use the strength of the legs to rise yourself all the way up. Crescent lunge. Set up your crescent lunge on the side and bend into the left knee. Strong back leg here, using that bend to keep the tailbone rooting down towards the ground. Take another breath in. Exhale, bend the elbows. Let's open the chest. This one can feel so great if we spent a lot of our time especially sitting in a day. Inhale, arms reach back up. Exhale, flow halfway forward. So we're coming into this arrow shape, getting ready for our Warrior 3. Feel yourself pouring all the weight into your left foot. And then when you feel ready, see if you can lift your right leg off the floor. We're keeping the right toes flexed, toes dialing down towards the ground. So same as we did when we were in downward facing dog. Get a little longer, take another breath in. Exhale, crescent pose. Soften the back knee, lift the arms up. And then exhale, hands down. Let's just step back right to downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Exhale, let it go. From here, look towards the hands, bend the knees, and then step forward, come into your forward fold. Hands to shins, inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, release. From here, bend into the knees, sink the hips down, find Utkatasana. So we're sitting back into that fierce lightning bolt pose. Get a little lower. And then inhale, rise all the way back up. Exhale, release the hands by the sides. Notice the breath. From here, we're going to repeat our flow, adding on after our Warrior 3. So going a little bit smoother through our sequence and then taking our time on the second half of it. When you're ready, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, bend into the knees, sink the hips down, find Utkatasana, weight in the heels. Take another breath in. Exhale, release, fold forward, drop the head, let it go. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, hands to floor, step back, plank pose. From here, Vinyasa or downward facing dog, your choice. Knees or toes. Lifting up into your back bend, chest opens. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. From here, inhale, right leg rises. On an exhale, this time let's bend into the knees, stack the hips, open up, keeping the shoulders square. So really pressing into your right hand as the right heel drops back over to the left side of your mat. Take another breath in. On an exhale, right foot steps in between the hands. Hands are down here as we straighten our right leg. Drop the crown of the head down towards the right toes. Inhale, come forward, drop the hips, and then rise up, crescent lunge. On an exhale, bend the elbows, open the chest. Inhale to rise. Exhale, flow halfway forward. Arms are by the sides. Use the lift of the arms to create a lift of the chest to carry you into your warrior three. Take another breath in. Exhale, crescent pose. Left toes find the floor. Inhale, arms rise. Palms touch through heart center. And then let's open up into warrior two. So line up heel to arch this time. Spread the arms wide. Strong through both arms here, shoulders down. Gaze over your right fingertips. Sink a little lower into the right knee. And then keep the depth of your right knee as you come into reverse warrior. Right palm up. Slide the left hand down the left leg. Right arm reaches up and overhead. On an inhale, straighten right leg, come back up, and then right toes face along the edge of your mat. Hands to hips, we're coming into a wide leg forward fold here. Hinging at the hips here, dropping the hands down towards the mat wherever they fall, just for now. You want a little bit more weight into your fold. You can walk the hands back so they're about in line with the feet. See what you can let go of in your pose. Noticing the stability of the legs. Really dropping the upper body. On an inhale, let's lift halfway, lengthen the spine. So walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. And then from here, we're gonna come into a twist. So take your left hand just a step forward off of your mat, and then take your right hand in between the left arm and left leg and grab onto your left leg wherever you can reach. From here, we'll use both hands as leverage to twist the chest towards the opening in between the arm and leg. And then once you found your twist shape, see if you can elongate through the spine. So think like cobra pose, like you're reaching your chest a little bit more towards the left fingertips. Keep the right foot anchored down. Inhale, come back through center, drop back into your fold for a moment. Use that next breath in, lift halfway, lengthen, and then walk the hands back towards the top of your mat. Step back, plank or downward facing dog, your choice. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Exhale, let it go. Just gonna switch sides, so I'm facing you the entire time. When you are ready, inhale, lift your left leg up and back. And this time we can bend into the knee, stack the hips, open up, keeping shoulders level. Reaching the left heel a little bit further over to the right side of your mat. And then on an exhale, left knee to chest, step it in between the hands. Fingertips on the floor, start to straighten into your left leg. And then inhale, crescent pose. Rebend left knee, rise the arms up. From here, take a breath in. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the chest. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, flow forward, creating that arrow shape, preparing for warrior three. When you're ready, lift the right leg off the mat. Stay with your breath here. Take another breath in. And then exhale, crescent pose. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to heart, and then open up for warrior two. Line up heel to arch here. When you're ready, spread the arms wide. Once again, both arms are strong. Sink low into the left knee, and then check into the left knee. Make sure it's tracking over the ankle. We're just flowing here, so we don't have to be super specific about our alignment, but we still want to be safe. Keep the depth here. Reverse warrior. Left palm up, slide the right hand down the right leg. Looking wherever's comfortable for you. On an inhale, warrior two. Straighten your left toe, straighten your left leg. Left toes face the long edge of your mat. Hands to hips, and then hinge forward into your wide leg forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. Hands find the mat, drop the head down. Noticing if you have a little bit more space on the side, maybe walking the hands back so they're in line with the feet. Maybe even a little bit further. From here, we'll start to work into our twist. So first, take the hands underneath the shoulders, straighten the spine, and then take the right fingertips a step forward off of your mat, and then weave the left arm in between right arm and right leg, and then pull the chest in between the space you created. Taking the first few breaths, just find your twist. Notice what's making connection with the floor. See if you can root down to support your pose a little bit. And then start to play around with it, maybe extending the spine, so thinking about cobra or upward facing dog in the chest. When you're ready, start to unravel your twist. So release the left hand, come back into that forward fold. On an inhale, start to straighten the spine here, lifting halfway. And then exhale, walk the hands back towards the top of your mat. Step back for plank. Or now we're facing top. Once again, choice is yours. Untuck the toes, tops of the feet down, lift the chest up, cobra pose. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Take a moment. And then when you're ready, lift the heels, look forward, bend the knees, walk the feet up towards the top of your mat. Inhale to lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips down, find Uttanasana, sink the hips back, chest lifts. When you're ready, rise towards Savasana pose, hands by the sides, palms face forward. Landing in your pose here, take a full breath in. Exhale, let it go. From here, we'll start to make our way down towards the floor, so you can choose to take one last vinyasa to get there, or come through downward facing dog. So when you're ready, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold forward, let it go. Inhale to lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, release. Once again, last vinyasa, or head right back to downward facing dog. Once you're back in down dog, take a breath in. Exhale, release. And then lower the knees down towards the floor. We're going to come into a seated pose. So if you do like to sit up on something, you can grab that prop now. It's just an option though to lift the hips up just a little bit. We're going to come into Janushasana pose. So first, Taking the sitting bones onto your prop. If you're sitting up on something, legs straight out in front of you. We'll keep our right leg straight. So bend the left knee in towards the chest and then drop the left knee out towards the left. We want to make sure our right leg is reaching straight out from our right hip. And then just take the hands behind you for a moment. Create a nice tall spine. So we're pressing the fingertips down. Right heel is pressing into the floor, toes are facing up. And then taking that next breath in, lift the arms up. Notice that you can keep the length in the spine as you turn this into a forward fold. So take the hands onto either side of the right leg, keeping the spine straight here. And then from here, if you'd like to fold all the way over, rounding the spine, please do. Be here for a few breaths, so take your time, no rush to find your full pose. Still thinking about the chest reaching forward. And then notice what you can soften about your pose. Notice where you can release a sense of gripping so you can really focus on what's lengthening in the body. Take another 2 breaths here. And then inhale slowly, make your way back up. And then from here, we're going to turn this into a seated twist. So take your left hand onto the outside of the left knee. So the left knee is facing straight up, and then step it over the right leg. You have the option to bend the right leg if you like, but I'm going to keep mine straight for today. And then from here, left hand comes behind you, create that tall spine once again. Right arm will reach up towards the ceiling and then hug onto your left leg as you rotate the chest over to your left. Keeping a tall spine here, shoulders down. Reconnecting with your pose. So if you're a regular practitioner, this pose is likely familiar to you. It's going to be easy just to drop into a familiar pattern, but today, notice the connection of the sitting bones. Notice the right heel and the left foot. Notice the left fingertips. Notice where you feel the sensation of twisting. And then on an inhale, slowly come back through center. Unravel your left leg and then just let it go here for a moment. Give the legs a shake. Maybe notice where you feel differences, right side, left side. And then we'll come back through center here, coming into our second side. So readjusting yourself as you need. Take the fingertips behind you, just create a nice tall spine to start. And then we'll keep our left leg where it is. Right knee will come in towards the chest. And then we can drop our right knee out towards the right side of our mat, keeping the left leg long and engaged here. Fingertips behind you once again, tall spine. Keeping the tall spine here, so you can reach the arms up. From there, come into your forward fold here. So keep a long spine to start, really finding the length of your pose. Noticing all the work that we did on our hamstrings in our class today, and even our spine. Balancing off that sense of strength and stretching with another pose here. Choosing to stay here more upright or come all the way into your forward fold. Once again, no objective to reach a certain destination in your pose. Taking a few adjustments here, finding something that works for you. And then you're finding a place where you can be still. On the next breath in, slowly make your way back up through center. And then use the right hand on the outside of the right leg to bring the knee back up, and then step the right foot over the left. Left leg can stay long. Right fingertips behind you, create a nice tall spine, and then inhale, take your left arm up. Use the left arm to hug onto the right leg, and then turn towards the right side of your mat. We hold here for a few moments on this side. Just bring your awareness to the breath. See if you can let everything else go. Maybe even closing down the eyes. Another breath in. Exhale, slowly unravel. Come back through center. Extend both legs out. Once again, take the hands behind you. Just let it go for a moment. Give the legs a wiggle. And then when you're ready, we'll make our way all the way onto the backs to lie down. So coming to lie down, knees bent, feet on the floor. Take one round of bridge pose. Just a nice gentle bridge here. A little counter pose for our forward folds that we did just a few poses ago. So feet are on the floor, nice and close to the sitting bones. Arms can be by the sides, palms face up or down. Walk the shoulder blades a little bit further onto the back body, and then press into the heels to lift the hips up. Finding whatever height of Setu Bandhasana makes sense to you right now. Keep your mind a little bit lower. Take another breath in. Exhale, release hips to mat. Take a moment, sway the knees gently side to side. And then from here, right knee hugs in towards the chest. And then right ankle crosses left thigh. Reach the right knee away from you. Pause here or figure four, thread the needle. Hugging the left thigh in towards the chest, interlacing the fingers behind the left thigh. Keeping head, neck, and shoulders soft on the mat. Notice what happened there as you held this pose for a few moments of stillness and silence. Take another breath in. Exhale, release. Left foot to floor, uncross. Right ankle, pause. Second side, left knee to chest. Left ankle crosses right thigh, reach the left knee away from you. And then hug the right thigh in towards the chest, if that makes sense. Before dropping into a little bit of silence here, notice the effort that you're exerting in this pose and see if you can do just a little bit less. Take another breath in. Exhale, slowly release. Slow as you came in, uncross. Once again, pause. From here, hug both knees into the chest. And we'll turn this into a twist. So both knees fall over to your left side. Arms can come out into a T or cactus, whatever you have space for. Then look over your right shoulder, if that makes sense for you. As we stay here in our twist for a few moments, taking this time to acknowledge yourself. Acknowledge yourself for doing something good for you, a little bit of movement, a little bit of breath, a little bit of stillness. Take another breath in. Exhale, let it go. On an inhale, draw the knees back up through center, and then drop them over to the right side of your mat. Readjusting however you need on this side. It might feel different right to left. Maybe looking over your left shoulder. Once again on this side, acknowledging yourself. Noticing if any different words or sensations or feelings are rising to the surface. You can be right here exactly as you are. Take another breath in. Exhale, let it go. And then inhale, slowly rise, take the knees back up through center. And then extend into your final pose here. So coming into Shavasana, whatever shape that looks like for you. See what is calling you, calling your name today. That might mean extending the legs, letting the toes flop out to the sides, arms by the sides as well. Palms face up or down. Taking just a quick scan through the body, noticing if anything is standing out to you, anywhere you can direct a little bit of your breath to let go. And then when you're ready, we'll drift into our final pose, our Shavasana, and we'll be here for about 1 minute. Slowly beginning to deepen your breath. Bring your awareness back to this room. Bringing gentle movement towards fingers and toes. Circle wrists, circle ankles. Head a little bit side to side. On an inhale, take the arms up and overhead. Reach out for a nice big morning stretch. And then hug the knees in towards the chest. When you're on time, slowly roll onto your favorite side and take a moment to pause there, extending one arm as a pillow. And then gently press yourself up into a comfortable seated pose to end out our practice. Let's take a breath in all together. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, join the palms together. Take the hands through heart center. Take this final moment here to extend gratitude for yourself for giving yourself a little bit of movement on this day that might have involved a little bit more sitting or stagnation. I'd like to thank each and every one of you out there for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Namaste.